Friends, hello. Let's talk about Palantir. I am 3 coffees deep right now, so let's go for this. So Palantir, obviously, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I think everybody's talking about the same things with Palantir right now, but obviously it is one of these, it's one of these stocks that we are gearing up for going into the next big bull run cycle. That whether Trump wins or Biden wins here, probably we will see somewhere from January to November of this year to January of next year. That's usually where we see that cycle start. Could happen anywhere in that. Obviously, I think a lot of people think it's going to happen somewhere from November into December right now, what a lot of projections are going for that time period. So right now, everyone is going, okay, I just need to be buying. I need to be buying certain stocks, and that's what a lot of people are doing, buying stocks that are still very undervalued for what's coming here in the market. And Palantir falls right into that category. So, big things we've got going on right now with AI is Nvidia will be having this split here, this 10-to-1 split they're going to be having very soon. So big things that are happening here in the market tomorrow. Obviously, Nvidia will be doing their 10-to-1 stock split. So Nvidia, it could probably run up to 1,500 tomorrow, as crazy as that sounds. But everyone's trying to get the last little bit of what they can into it. Now, analysts are coming out and saying they think Nvidia is probably going to go down a little bit. I actually believe that. I usually do not agree with these analysts, but usually when we see a company that, and obviously Nvidia is their own planet at this point. I'm not saying anything that they're not going to make it. They're obviously going to make it. But what we're probably going to see more than not is the stock's going to run up tomorrow. It's going to split. Monday, it'll still be doing good. And maybe by next Friday or the Friday after that, we'll probably start seeing people take profit in Nvidia. And it probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, will start to take some sell-off, so people can start getting back into it. For maybe it'll go under $100, but it's going to take a good bit at this point. It's still going to be an expensive stock here. But talking about Palantir and focusing on Palantir, I think obviously Palantir it's achieved many contracts last year, this year. It's still doing that. It's moving forward in a big way with AI and what they're doing, and it's very undervalued in a lot of people's opinion. Everyone is releasing price predictions of what they think from $50 to $100 to $1,000 to $500 to $1,000, and I don't think any of those are crazy by any means necessary, especially where we know AI is going. Now Palantir's stock shot up today with news of what they've got going on here with, everything's adding up at this point. But Palantir, it's had a little bit of a rough month here in May, but it's honestly, it's not terrible compared to where Palantir was just even 6 months ago. 6 months ago, it was in the mid-teens. Now we're at the low 20s. So, this is still a heck of a markup compared to where we were in one of the fast-moving stocks on the market right now that you're going to get into. So, personally, I think Palantir is still a heavy buy, even under $50. I think when you're looking at the next projection of 3 to 5 years, where AI is going, where Palantir could possibly be going here, I don't think Palantir is going to be the next Nvidia by any means. I think Nvidia is just Nvidia. It's going to stay there, and I think that's what a lot of people are wondering right now. What's the next Nvidia? Palantir is in that category, obviously, because Nvidia, what they're doing with their AI, making chips, and those chips are going to go into a lot of different avenues. Palantir, more software, doing what they're doing, but still very heavily wanted in the AI industries here. So Palantir, I don't think it's going to be much longer before we see, maybe by the end of the year, Palantir will be a $50 stock. I think the end of the year is going to close out very strong, and I still think we have a few more months of buying opportunity for a lot of things in the market here. But soon things are going to wrap up, and people are going to be buying at all-time highs here if they don't start right now. So I still think even if you're buying Palantir right now up to $30, $40, $50, obviously, you're wanting to leave profit on the table here. So, I don't think a lot of people will probably be buying Palantir for the long run after it hits $30, $40 here. But when we think of what the next 3 to 5 years, if you're in it for the long run, it's still probably a tremendous deal. I mean, you know, using Nvidia as a kind of example here, if you look at a chart on Nvidia took time to grow that much, but I think too there's going to be a lot of FOMO that falls into play here with Palantir. I think when we see the next run on AI stocks here, and it could happen sooner than later, especially with the end of the year coming, with Nvidia releasing this new chip, it will probably get AI hype going once again, and it will make new platforms for a lot of AI stocks, Palantir being in that category. Palantir gets more expensive here. It's going to set out these reactions where people just want to be involved in it, and they may not even know what they're doing, what they are, what the numbers are, all that. They just don't want to get left out, because there's a lot of people with what's happening right now with Nvidia getting wrapped up in this split. If they can hold their shares, especially into another Nvidia split, it's going to make people extremely rich. Not to mention people are about to become extremely rich because they're about to, you know, quadruple their shares here by Monday. And the stock is going to continue to go up the rest of the year. So this is how people get filthy rich. So key things to know here. We have June, which we're in. We have July. We have August. We have September. And those are going to be key months of buying opportunity right now left in the market. I don't know that a lot is going to happen in those months besides just kind of what we're seeing right now, just a slow, steady market. Some things are doing better than others, but I don't know that a lot more is going to happen. October, November will be very key signs of how the market is shifting and gearing its way up going into the end of the year, especially going into November with the election. Whether it's a Biden win or Trump win, obviously, you know, they could do different things. Who knows? But more than not, as history repeats itself, you know, the market will have a run. We will see that as going into a new year with an election and things, you know, kind of starting up again here. So I believe there will be a bull market run here by the end of the year. I do think it will happen more or less if Trump wins. It will bring in new money to the market. So we could see a huge shift in the market with a bigger bull run if Trump were to win. That's just kind of my theory because I've seen that before with Trump. But friends, like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I think there's a lot of people on here talking about what Palantir has going on deal-wise and all that. That's all good. That's all great. I've talked about that. I think everyone's covering it. I think the main key thing here to know is that we are in the last few months, days, hours of people being able to buy a lot of stocks, Palantir especially, at still a very cheap price. $20 for something that could be triple that price in just, you know, months by the end of the year here. It really makes you think, you know, should I be focusing all my attention on Palantir? Because you don't want to eat your profit away, and when Palantir goes to $50, you're going like, okay, well, I'm gonna start buying in now. You know, you're chasing the rabbit at that point, and it's not gonna help you in the long run. You're wanting to invest. You're wanting to really invest right now. So friends, I'm gonna shut up. I wish everyone the best of luck out there. I'm really excited what's coming here. I really am. This is gonna be a really exciting endeavor here with a lot of these AI stocks, Palantir especially. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before Palantir gets really expensive. It's gonna happen here very soon. Friends, take care. Bye everyone.